אשרי האיש אשר לא הלך בעצת רשעים ובדרך חטאים לא עמד ובמושב לצים לא ישב כי אם בתורת אדוני חפצו ובתורתו יהם יומם הלילה והיה כהת שתול על פלגי מים אשר פריו ייתן בעתו והלכו לא ייבול וכל אשר יעשם יצליח לכן ורשעים כי אם כמוץ אשר תדפנו רוח על כן לא יקומו רשעים במשפט וחטאים בהדת צדיקים כי יודע אדוני דרך צדיקים ודרך רשעים תאבד.
לדוד מזמור לאדוני הארץ ומלואה תבל ויושבבה כי הוא על ימים יסדה ועל נהרות יכונניה. מי יעלה בהר אדוני ומי יקום במקום קדשו נקי כפיים ובר לבב אשר לא נשא לשווא נפשי ולא נשבע למרמה. יישא ברכה מאת אדוני וצדקה מאלוהי אישו. The earth is the Lord's with all of its fullness. The world is the Lord's with all of its inhabitants. Who may ascend the mountain of the Lord? Who may stand in the holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart. He will receive a blessing from the Lord and a just reward from the God of deliverance. Mizmor LeDavid Adonai roi lo asar binot jesher bitzeni al mei menachot yinhaleni nafshi yeshovev yancheni v'maglei tzedek leman shemo gam ki elech begeit salmavet lo ira ra ki ata imadi. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He has me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He guides me on paths of righteousness. He revives me for the sake of his glory. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your staff and your rod, they comfort me. You set a table in sight of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall abide in the house of the Lord forever. I once said to Sandy, Sandy, you could be the president of Park Synagogue. I said, because your name's already on half the cars in the parking lot. And he laughed. He loved to laugh. You know that. He had this great laugh. It was a laugh almost like a little boy's laugh, a little boy's grin. Sandy always tried to do a little bit more with his family or with his clients. He always gave a little bit more of himself. He always added a special touch. He was always ready for more. The grandchildren knew that one kiss was never enough for him. Sandy always wanted more than one kiss on each cheek, on a forehead. When he was with family, it was time to go, or they thought it was time to go, Sandy would say, stick for a while. You don't have to rush off. At work, he wanted that extra discussion, that extra schmooze with an employee or with a customer. If he were serving a client, Amy, you remember clients coming to your house, dropping off their car at your home, and then staying for dinner at your home. Sandy was always ready to give more and to savor more out of his life, even in terms of the hours of the day. Sandy was a night owl. Midnight, he was just getting started. More like a 2 a.m. bedtime would be more his style. You all remember him working hard when you were younger. There were early dinners when he could be there, other days when he worked in the office late. But there was always the warmth and always the truth that he really loved you when you were there with him. Wendy, he loved you being with him at work, if only so he could take you out to lunch and have a little more time with you. And he loved work. He loved the business side. He loved the conversation. He loved the customer contact. He loved negotiating a good deal. Part of the fun for him was the negotiating itself. But it was more than the business side. He cared about his employees. He cared about their family life. He cared about the customers. Sandy liked to take care of people. You can remember him negotiating with the client not on price, but on the type of car, because he just wanted to make sure the car was safe for her. He cared about people, and of course what he demonstrated in business and at his job, you certainly saw all the time at home. He wanted to take care of all of you. He reassured you that things would be okay, that things would work out. Jeff, he lifted your spirits as he gave you advice during some of life's moments that you shared together. He thought about you, even worried if you were on a trip, and all of you were on a trip, you want to make sure you all got back safely. Carrie, I think you said that they bought their house so that you could all walk to school without crossing a street, so they'd make sure that you'd all be safe. Sandy loved outdoor sports. He'd throw the baseball around in the backyard. He liked amusement parks. The higher, the rougher the ride, the more he enjoyed it. He savored life. I can say this in many different ways. Sandy savored life. That meant he enjoyed all parts of it. He enjoyed the responsibilities. He felt good in working for and reaching goals. And he also enjoyed a laugh. He enjoyed a game. And of course, he enjoyed a good meal. Sandy enjoyed I think he enjoyed a meal even if it wasn't good. He enjoyed the camaraderie. He enjoyed the camaraderie. Family, you told me that even when he had treatments for his own health, he would look forward to the treatment because afterwards he could go out and eat. And of course, more than anything else, he just liked to have all of you together. He loved to have his family together. His dream was always to fit the family into the same event, the same room, all the kids, all the grandkids, all the people he loved. He often had a smile on his face, affable, pleasant, with easy conversation, but also with concern and care for the person he was talking about. In those eyes of his, there was always a level of commitment. If he were committed to you, you would have his loyalty and support. He was not a casual friend. You could only be a committed friend. Early on when I arrived, I would see him come for Yahrzeit every year. Every year he would not miss the service. When the name was read or for the Yahrzeit itself, I saw the commitment in his eyes. He understood the tradition. He understood and was proud of the bond of family and the responsibility that comes with it. Close to his siblings, he was the glue. A hard worker, a great work ethic, and successful, but a very modest man. Sandy and Marcia ran their lives in unassuming ways, not showy and not flashy. Sandy's focus was completely on the other person, not on himself. Rarely spoke about himself, he spoke about you. Never bragged about himself, but he was very proud of all of you. And he was just an honorable man of integrity, a man who lived his life with old-fashioned but never outdated values, to take care of the people he loved, to act decently towards people, to succeed in business without sacrificing his soul. He built up his career and continued to be a straight shooter, an honest man, a man of his word, and he did all of this while not always taking everything so seriously, but with that great sense of humor. He loved to have a moment, a joke. He loved to pull pranks on people. I always felt his face had just a little grin in the corner, ready to say something or hear something clever. I knew he pulled a lot of pranks with his brother Marvin growing up, like disconnecting the wires of the doorbell when the violin teacher came, so that they could miss a lesson, I guess. But Marvin and him, of course, remained close and ultimately worked in the business together. He had taken the dealership over from his dad. He always had the utmost respect for his father. He learned an incredible amount. And he felt the honor of the legacy of continuing that work. It was part of his mission. And he was proud of that legacy. He continued that legacy. He gave his life meaning. As the years went on, and that didn't change, he continued feeling that he was honoring his father. So an upbringing in a close family, satisfaction from his work, and yet, to be the happy Sandy Halpert we all know, he needed something else. He needed someone else, a partner that he could share all of this with. Marcia and Sandy met on a blind date, were engaged 6 months later, and as in all areas of his life, Sandy was always ready to give more and to savor this primary relationship. They loved each other. They supported each other. They were proud of each other. Sandy loved and appreciated Marcia's art and her drawings. They enjoyed being best friends. They enjoyed being confidants. They enjoyed laughing together and relaxing together and traveling together, attending Cleveland sports together, comforting each other when they attended Cleveland sports together. I know you would drop in their home and they'd be holding hands and watching a sports game, the Indians or the Browns. Always affectionate, always working together as partners, as equals, as parents. You all benefited by growing up in a home with lots of love and with a sense of togetherness and a sense of unity and with marital harmony, and that was a role model to all of you. As important as his days were in the office, Sunday was truly his day of pleasure. He'd spend it with you and with the whole family. He loved walking, and indeed, he walked through life with all of you. When Marcia died, that walk, that journey was tragically interrupted. He was shattered by her loss. So much had been shared, and now so much had been lost. Ultimately, his journey continued, and of course we welcomed him to the synagogue as he became more active than he had been before. And Joanne, you became a wonderful companion to Sandy. Your friendship and your shared moments and your care of him maintained itself and responded to every development in his life through to the last days and to the last moments of his life. He always savored your special kind of sensitivity and perceptiveness. So true confessions, I bought my first car from Sandy. I thought he gave me a good deal. It was a Plymouth Acclaim. I used to tease him because one of the readings we do in the morning minion is Acclaim the Lord all the earth. And that was the name of the car. Then I got a Chrysler LHS. He knew cars, obviously. He knew the makes. He knew the models. He knew the years of the cars. Since 14, he had been working in that business. And I think when I think of Sandy, and I mean this with full respect, I think of the way he would talk about maybe a favorite car. Safe, comfortable, reliable, able to shift to high speeds and then enjoy a slower drive. Not flashy, but always with style. Because you know what? He had style. He had Jewish style. Jewish style is not being in your face. That's not Jewish style. Jewish style is not over the top. Jewish style is not flashy. Jewish style is that you take care of your business, you take care of your family, honestly and modestly. You don't show anybody up, but you care about the people you love, and you're grateful, and you savor the journey. He had Jewish style, and he was always true to himself. A kind soul, a true giver, a good man. He lived with a good name, and he died with a good name. Jeff?
That's very nice. Yep. It's been 2 days, and I already missed my dad. Everybody loves Sandy. He was a very devoted father who wanted the best for his wife, my mom, children, grandchildren, and extended family. Close family ties were so important to my father. Not a day went by that he didn't talk to one of his siblings. Not a night went by that I didn't talk to him. Every night, for as long as I can remember, I would call my dad. We would share stories of the day, whether it would be about family or business. These calls would start around 9 or 11 o'clock at night. Seriously, 11 o'clock at night, and would continue till midnight. My siblings would tease me about how I needed my tuck-in every night. This was a special relationship I had with my father that made me feel whole. I'm going to really miss this. I did the same with my mother every day on my way home from work. I miss it greatly. People would say, "Jeff, your voicemail is full." I would reply, "I know. I cannot erase my father's messages." My dad touched lives of everyone who he dealt with, such as bankers, advertising agencies, the temple, and the community where he lived and worked. He wasn't your average car dealer. He was on the front line with sales, service, appraising cars, and customers who all were treated like family. Frequently, his employees would call him after hours, at home, or he would call them. This took away my tuck-in time. I'm just kidding. He was basically on call 24/7. For those of you who know him or know me, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Even in his early 80s, after selling the dealership, he still had the desire to be back in the car business. He would call me during the day at work, and I'd say, "Dad, what's up?" He would say, "I'm on Mayfield Road looking at a vacant building. This would be a great spot for a dealership." And he couldn't let go. Being a car dealer was in his blood. It all started at the age of 14 when he was able to obtain a restricted driver's license so he could work at his father's car dealership after school. Harry Halpert, my grandfather, along with my dad's brother Marvin, ran Public Auto Sales in Cleveland, which they merged with Public Auto Jeep in 1963. In 1967, the three of them moved the Jeep dealership to Willoughby and opened Halpert Chrysler Plymouth. Later, my father acquired American Motors, Alfa Romeo, and Subaru. He was so proud of his work, as well as his education. My dad graduated from The Ohio State University. He continued his education at Western Reserve School of Law, where he still maintained his law degree. My family and I are so thankful for the Montefiore hospice team and nursing staff. My dad actually enjoyed his time there. He enjoyed every meal, and I mean really enjoyed. Seriously. He would finish everything, and then he would say, "Jeff, let me order you a meal." But he was so easy to please. All the nurses just loved him. They told me that when it's his time, it'd be very difficult for them. They are first class. Joanne, thank you for being a devoted companion with my dad. He enjoyed his time with you. Dad, I'm going to miss visiting you at Montefiore, giving you a shave, and giving you a kiss on those cheeks. Knowing you right now, you're happily running and micromanaging a car dealership campus with every make and model, and that makes us happy, and I love you.
Please rise now for the memorial prayer.
Eile malei rachamim, shochayna bamramim, hametzei menochanechonam, תחת כנפי השכינה, במחלות קדושים ודהרים, כזו גרגרקי המזהירים את נשמת צמח אהרון בן הלל ומיכלה שהלך לעולמו בגן עדן תחי מנוחתו. אנא בא לרחמים אז תראו בסתר כנפיך לעולמים ותצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתו אדוני נחלתו וינוח בשלום על משכבו ונאמר Amen.
May we remember all of the worthy and the righteous deeds that he performed while in the land of the living. May his soul be bound up in the bonds of eternal life. May he rest in peace. And we all say Amen.
Amen.
Let's be seated for a moment. We want to offer our condolences to Carrie and Scott, Wendy and Steve, Jeffrey and Laura, Amy and Jordan, to grandchildren Jonathan, Joseph, Margot, Kelly and Adam, Rachel, Max, Sari, Zoe, Eliza, and Jackson, to Joanne, to Francis, and to the rest of the family. He was a cherished uncle and friend to many. The family will be receiving visitors for the Shiva visitation following the full service today, and continuing until 7 p.m. tonight. That's in Beechwood, 3150 Willow Lane, home of Laura and Jeff Halpert, 3150 Willow Lane in Beechwood, following the full service today and until 7 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow evening, 7 to 9 p.m. Sunday, 12 noon till 4 p.m. We're going to pause in the service to allow us time to arrange the processional to the cemetery, to the graveside, where we'll complete the service for today. Please remain in your seats for another moment or two. The pallbearers, however, should now come forward.